Okay, here we're going to remove the left side scissors on a model 116 Jointair splicer. So let's determine the right and left. When the trigger is facing, the actuating trigger is facing you, the right is over here, left here, just like you're looking at it. Okay, so I'm going to remove or loosen the 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've already got them loose. I'm going to remove the cover. So right here is the scissor assembly that we're going to remove. So I'm going to move that. That's the cutting scissors. So some customers do not want one side to cut, so you can choose either side. So we're going to work on the left. So I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3 screws. Okay, here we go. Now I did have my screws already loose, ready to do this. So make it easier. Okay, when you remove the 3 screws, the whole side plate will come off. Flip it right over. There was a spacer that stayed on it. So let's look at what we have here. There's a screw that dropped out of the back. We'll put it back on. Okay, so we're going to turn it over. So I'm going to remove that spacer right there, part number 232. Then the top spacer. We can look in the customer assistance manual, see all the part numbers. Then the tension spring, the stationary scissor, and then I'm going to have to unhook my spring. Okay, now we're going to remove this out of the way, the moving scissor, and also the part behind it. One more part we got to remove, the other tension spring. So those are the parts we're removing. And at that point, we can put it back on with a spacer. We're going to have to choose another spacer. The small spacer here I'm going to replace with my larger spacer. The 232 in the customer assistance manual I removed. I'm going to add the 233 spacer right here. We already have a 233 spacer. And along with what I'm doing, I'm going to go a step further. The spring right here is the scissor return spring. Since we don't have scissors, I see no reason to leave the spring in it. So I'm going to pull that assembly out. Pull my scissor off. I'm going to attach this right back. I'm going to put it right in there, remove the spring, make things look a little bit more simple. Okay, so at this point now I'm going to go back with the spacer that I took out. I'm going to put it right back on with no other parts on it. And then with the 232 spacer, the little short one, I am going to have to remove it and add back a 233. So simple as that. Let's go ahead and set it up here. And that's as simple as that. I'm going to screw it back down and it should be everything function properly with no scissors on the left side. Just 3 screws does remove the whole scissor assembly. This rear screw here, these 2 front screws right here. So we're back in business. We have no scissors on the left side.